everybody. Kevin Harlan here with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr and the rest of our terrific 2K crew. Glad you decided to spend your Tuesday night with us. We'll look at Chicago.
Yeah, you know, it's really tough what they're going through right now. The situation they're in, doubt starts to creep in, especially as the losses mount, and that just makes them as a team more and more vulnerable.
You're right, Clark, and you know, they seem to be in such a terrible state of mind at this point. No confidence. It feels like the players may not be trusting the coaching staff, trusting each other. It's been very disjointed in terms of the style of play that we've seen from them lately.
Brought to you by State Farm. Let's take a look at the Bulls opening lineup. Their front court, Lou Aldang, Carlos Boozer, and Joakim Noah in the middle. Nate Robinson is out there with Bellinelli. And for the Celtics. And it's... Oh!
Not much resistance on that team.
Yeah, defensively, you're right. Not a great sequence.
Well, they lost track of them, and they paid the price.
You know, throughout the history of the NBA, the Celtics have been such a constant presence in the postseason that it's hard to imagine the playoffs without seeing the green. Every year the players change, but the Celtics' mystique is always in it, and that team is always hanging around.
Here's Bellinelli, covered by Lee. And Bellinelli kicks it to Noah. Gets it to go. Joakim Noah. Here's Bradley, averaging 9 points per contest. It's really the mark of a great franchise. Boston expects great things from the Celtics each year, and more often than not, Steve, they deliver.
Yeah, you don't get all those banners that they have in that building without executing in the postseason. That's what this Celtic team has done the last few years. They play together, they play hard, they defend, and they're at their best when their best is needed.
Bellinelli dishes to Dang. Here's Noah. Down goes the slam.
That's decent defensive work. It's going to take a little more than that, Kevin. They got to raise their bar.
Well, Clark knew exactly how to attack.
Yeah, he sure did. He knew exactly what he wanted to do there.
What a phenomenal dunk, though. In the end, he just made the play and took off.
Kevin PG. That's good.
And you look at Bulls head coach Tom Thibodeau, considered by a lot of people to be the architect of the defensive philosophies that have been embraced by most of the league, and that is loading the strong side of the floor in the half court, kind of zoning up, basically, and then sending the ball handler baseline into help down on the block.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
I had a chance to catch up with Tom Thibodeau. He said they need to make the most of their possessions offensively, telling me we know they're a team that takes a lot of pride in their defense. That's a big part of their identity. We know nothing's going to come easy to us at that end of the floor, so we have to be at our best and really play smart. Kevin, we'll see if they can be efficient on the offensive end.
Okay, Doris, thanks. It's almost like a crucial aspect to enabling your offense. You first have to get around the stifling defense, don't you?
Yeah, and I think the key, Kevin, is being the aggressor right from the outset of this game.
That means being in attack mode and not passing up any good shots that you get early.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Williams comes in for Paul Pierce. And it's Terry in for Avery Bradley. And the Bulls making a change also. Brooks checked in. Well, Steve, going back to Coach Tom Thibodeau, our listeners might say, well, he's only been a head coach for a couple of years. How could you be so influential? But prior to that, he was an assistant coach in the NBA for 2 decades. And really built a nice reputation.
And whether it's in Houston or Boston, he's always played that key role in creating the stingy defensive schemes that he's known for. Obviously, he's taken those to Chicago now. The Bulls have been one of the best defensive clubs in the league the last couple of years. So Tom Thibodeau, no question, excellent defensive coach.
Randy Bass with the shot. Bass's shot, good. Bass has got 8 points.
They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight points, guys, all coming inside the paint.
And Steve, if I'm them, I'd keep going right to the heart of that defense like they have been until they do something about it. If they don't offer resistance, take everything you can get in there.
Boozer passes to Muhammad. Bulls moving the ball around. Cook. It's rebounded by Bass. Garnett kicks to Terry. And Strong with the one-handed jam.
A lot of points for them here early in the first quarter. Let's see it get ugly.
Yeah, they sure could. They're on quite a pace right now. Judging by their lead, this game could get out of hand in a hurry.
Melo's checked in for Boston. Jordan Crawford comes in for Courtney Lee. Richard Hamilton's checked in for Chicago.
You know, the Bulls have been a regular fixture in the playoffs since joining the league, literally. I mean, with the help of Michael Jordan, they have become, along with the Celtics and Knicks, one of the most storied franchises in the Eastern Conference.
Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. You look at Chicago, and of course the Boston Celtics, tied right now. DJ White, he's checked in for the Celtics. And a change for the Bulls. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Richard Hamilton. And with 6 banners hanging up in Chicago, the city has really cultivated a lot of pride and winning tradition here with the Bulls. And, you know, Steve, that goes a long way. You were a Bull player at one time. You know all about that pride.
Yeah, no better place to play in the NBA than Chicago. When you're winning, the whole city loves it. Obviously, Michael Jordan was the main reason for that era. But so much history now before the Bulls, and they sell out game after game. Unbelievable fan support.
Bulls trail by 12. Feeds it to Bellinelli. Over Crawford. Bellinelli gets the bucket.
It's obvious he's hurting. I mean, he's going to tough it out, though, and continue to contribute on. You got to give him credit for that.
Here's Melo. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Good field goal percentage shooting to this point. They're really knocking down their shots.
Yeah, a hot start offensively has them in full control here. They're in the driver's seat, no doubt.
Bruiser can't get it to go.
He operates pretty well in traffic, guys, but that was a tough play to finish off.
Boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the basket there.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Robinson against Bradley. And there's the 3-second violation.
Chris Wilcox.
Boston with the ball. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win. And after just 1 quarter of play, well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And a very convincing performance from the Celtics so far.
You can see early on, guys, they were going to go inside and try to establish their offense in the paint area. That's exactly what they've done.
And I think that's exactly where they should continue to attack moving forward, Steve.
Jordan Crawford out there with Avery Bradley. Then there's Wilcox. Then there's Green. And it's Melo in at the 5. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics.
Bradley. Out of bounds.
Last game for the Celtics, it was a loss to New Orleans.
And that's the kind of loss that sticks with you for a while, guys, because they were probably the better team that night. Just couldn't put the game away.
You know, Steve, you'd almost rather get beaten by double digits than know you should have won it, but didn't. Avery Bradley, coming out of high school, was considered an elite prospect, an All-American. He didn't really dominate in his only year at Texas and hurt his ankle prior to his 2011 draft workouts. That caused him to fall to the Celtics late in the first round. That jump shot's like a layup for him when the defense backs off like that.
Gives him the lead pass. Here's Melo. Here's Wilcox. Takes it up. That's another look. And it was still over the rim. Offensive basket interference. Some changes for Chicago. Jimmy Butler comes in for Lou Alday. And Richard Hamilton is subbed in for Bellinelli. Hamilton dishes to Boozer. Over Green. Rebounded by the Celtics. And the Celtics really like the athleticism and great perimeter defense they saw, Steve, in Bradley. People went on to say he's one of the best on-ball defenders in the NBA.
No question. But what I like about him, Kevin, is that he improved his offensive game dramatically last season as well. He's a great weak side cutter. He really finds his way to the basket for easy layups, and his jump shot has improved as well.
Butler. Oh, that's offensive interference. Kevin Garnett checked in for Miller. last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Trailblazers. Fires the three. And Jeff Green, the bucket on the assist by Bradley. Bradley's got 4 assists now tonight. Robinson kicks to Boozer. He kicks it to Butler. Pushes it down.
That was a nice, strong one-hand jam there.
Yeah, brought it back and ripped it down.
Yeah, that's how you do it. That's nice.
And now here's Hamilton, the fast break chance. Pass to Butler. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
Celtics ball.
Here's where Boston sits right now, Kevin, in the current league ranking. 6th in assists, 7th in steals. And they are in the top 10 in field goal percentage. This is a team that shows excellent discipline at the offensive end.
And the top 10 in assist number that you talked about really is what stands out to me. It's a beautiful team to watch. They like to share the ball. They really work hard at the offensive end to make sure they get the best possible shot every time down the floor.
Excellent D there from Garnett.
This is why they have the big lead. The rebounding has been dominant.
You know, guys, the +8 rebounding, I don't think it tells the whole story. I mean, they've been the more physical team from the outset. That's been the difference, their physicality.
Jason Terry, he's checked in for the...
Oh, man, that was unreal. Hard it up. He's definitely showing some real sweet dunking skills here.
Are you kidding me? Oh, my God. What a play.
Yeah, that was spectacular.
On the high post. And that one's good. Terry's got 7.
Well, by now you know Terry's game. He's been doing it forever. He's a scorer through and through. Never shy looking for his shot. And his main weapon is that pull-up jump shot off the dribble, particularly going right.
And that assuredness certainly extends to the big shot, Steve, and the big moments in the game. He's seen it all and knows what it takes.
Jordan Clark wasted no time on that one.
I'll tell you what, fellas, he loves those mid-range jumpers. I mean, that's where he makes his money.
Here's Hamilton. Here's Noah. Excellent D there from Garnett. Celtics leading by 18. Goes up. Oh!
Are you kidding me? Power punch right there.
Comes to one-hand slam.
The minutes there that we almost never see out of him.
I don't know why not. Clearly he's got it in him.
That could be he just doesn't get the chance very often. He's not really their first option.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Brandon Bass is checked in for Wilcox. And Terrence Williams subbed in for Paul Pierce. Bulls shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
The Celtics making a switch here. Lee's checked in. Gets it to go. 6 points for Luol Deng.
Oh, a nice little trend developing here, fellas. I mean, that's 8 of their last 10 from inside the paint.
Yeah, they're getting high percentage looks down there. Their offense is really clicking. I don't see why they wouldn't just continue to pound the ball inside.
Bulls trail by 19 to the inside. Kevin Garnett with the steal. He in the post. Terry. In low to Garnett. Straight up. Devastating one-handed jam. 59 seconds left in the first half. Terry against T. Admanovic. This is to Bellinelli. Drops one in from the wing.
And the field goal percentage now up over 50%, so the offense coming around.
Yeah, Steve, I think that's a good sign. I mean, they stumbled out of the gates, but looking to regain some ground right now.
35 seconds left in the second quarter. Outside down. Good look. Again, Chicago. Celtics leading by 19. And the foul on Jason Terry. That is his first foul of the game.
Great defense. He anticipated the play and got there first.
Yeah, I think he got there in time. Nice play.
The kick out to Dang. Over Williams. And the rebound goes to Jason Terry.
That's very uncharacteristic for him to miss that shot with such little defensive pressure.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Marco Bellinelli. That's his first foul. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here.
That was an awfully risky pass, guys. Lucky it didn't wind up as a steal.
Well, it nearly did wind up as a steal, but no harm done in the end. They hang on to possession.
So as we conclude the first half,
49. The Bulls, 30.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
It's been a nice game for Terry. He has 9 points, and from long range, he's got a three-pointer to his credit as well.
Yeah, Clark, he's shown he can hit that shot. I think he could really make it a weapon for himself if he keeps at it.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So for Chicago right now, they've got Jimmy Butler. Vlade Radmanovic is out there with no one. Then it's Marcus Teague, and it's Bellinelli in at the 2 spot. To the middle, here's Radmanovic. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Vlade is a sweet shooting small forward, often asked to play that spread 4 position. When you're 6'10" and you can shoot threes, it really gives your team a lot of options strategically on the offensive end.
Yeah, best suited for the 3 with his nice outside touch and his underrated mobility defensively. Jordan Crawford's checked in for Courtney Lee. Here's Garnett. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. The Celtics shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
And over the course of the season, guys, they've shot a very respectable 78% from the line.
That's been one of the strongest aspects of this team this season. I mean, there have been very few off nights for them at the free throw line.
Richard Hamilton's checked in for the Bulls. Robinson comes in for Teague. Dang with the bucket.
Look at their scoring. Mid-range jumpers account for 6 of their last 10 points.
Well, defensively, they're doing a nice job of keeping them out of the paint, but you got to give them credit. They're knocking down shots.
Goes up, and it's Green with the jam.
You know, that kind of play will get you some brownie points with your coach, no doubt.
And with your fans, too, Clark. Got a big dunk like that.
And even with the announcer.
Oh, yeah!
We all love it.
Rock that rim. Gotta love that enthusiasm, folks.
Not only, Clark, did he rock the rim, he decided to hang around a bit for that one, too. I love it.
Oh, what a finish. That was just gorgeous.
The Celtics making a switch here. Melo's checked in. Pass. Gets it to go. Pass has got 10 points.
And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint, so defensively you've got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, and you got to do a little more to stop it, too. I mean, it's coming way too easy for him. At some point, you just got to buck up and say it's not going to happen. Well, it's hard for me to believe this, that Doc Rivers, guys, is in his 14th season as an NBA head coach. We banged heads against each other between the lines way back in the day on the hardwood, and he's already coached 14 years. Top 20 all-time in playoff wins is Doc. He won Coach of the Year back in 2000. His first season as a head coach, and for those who may not know, was also an outstanding commentator before taking the reins on the sideline. So well-versed in the world of basketball is Doc Rivers.
And Clark, you were talking about Doc Rivers. You mentioned that Coach of the Year award. Not bad for a guy who didn't really have any coaching experience as an assistant. He went straight from the broadcast booth right into the fire, and he got it done right away.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Chris Wilcox is checked in for Bass. Williams comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Terry in for Avery Bradley. Dish out to Hamilton. A 3 ball. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
Well, Rip Hamilton, 6'7", south of 200 pounds, and he was built to run, a true greyhound, always in terrific shape, a nightmare to defend.
And Smart there. They double him with Boozer. Smart down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Well, small forwards that can rebound the ball, such an asset to any team in the NBA. With now a look at the top rebounding wingmen. Luol-Deng fourth.
You know, the work they do on the boards is such a big part of all these players' games. They play much bigger than the grand majority of small forwards in this league.
I think it's an area that they all take pride in, Steve. They know they can score. That's expected of their position, but where you separate yourself is going after rebounds. These guys are really determined to excel in that part of the game.
And Williams backs in. It's stolen by Deng. Moving it up. And again, Chicago. No good.
Boy, they've been all over the glass. Big advantage in the rebound totals.
Yeah, that's really carried them in this one, guys. I mean, those one-and-dones have really set a nice tone and let them establish this lead.
Steve, going back to Hamilton just a second, pretty unique game as Clark was outlining. He loves to run, go around screens, always in perpetual motion, hits that mid-range jump shot, really tough to defend.
Yeah, that's old school stuff that Hamilton does, working without the ball. So many players these days need the ball in their hands to be effective. Hamilton prefers to be off the ball, where he can use that running ability to get himself open, and then he's got that mid-range jumper that feels like it's automatic.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. King comes in for Miller. And Pierce subbed in for Terrence Williams.
Costly mistake at the other end to set up that fast break.
That's what you want to do after a turnover. Push the ball up the floor and strike quickly.
Terry. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
Well, with that much space off the pick, you've got to drop that in.
Yeah, you got to make that one. I mean, that's a high-quality shot you should make 9 out of 10 times.
Show you how to get it.
For a point guard, you love LUV. That finish. Wow.
Yeah, he's really been able to get off his feet and sky. Something to watch.
Incredible athleticism, both laterally and vertically.
Kevin Garnett is checked in for the Celtics. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for the Bulls. Jimmy Butler comes in for Luol-Deng. Robinson against Terry. Robinson passes to Bellinelli. Robinson dishes to Noah. Passes it to Butler. 6 on the shot clock. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shots.
Now we've got a moment to see how the Bulls are doing rank-wise in the NBA. 4th in opponent field goal percentage. 6th in free throw percentage. And they're in the top 10 in rebound. This is a team that does a good job getting on the glass.
The biggest number that you just talked about to me, Clark, is that field goal percentage for their opponents. Defense is all about effort. You know that. Well, this is a team that's really been playing hard, and they try to get after you physically. They try to intimidate you on the perimeter and inside, and that's one of the reasons they're playing such good defense.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Bulls trail by 12. And Bellinelli kicks to Robinson. In low to Boozer. Over Pierce. And Boozer gets it to go. Boozer's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. The Celtics have gone to even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the 3rd. Kicks it out to Crawford. Here's the triple. Carlos Boozer pulls it in. Bulls have gone 7 of 11, 11 field goal percentage here in the 3rd.
A chance to go for the 2-for-1.
Well, we'll see if they can do that.
Crawford left side. From about 16. Here's Wilcox. And it's good. Wilcox has got his first 2 points of the night.
They continue to barrel their way inside, and when's the defense going to adjust?
Well, I'm asking the same question myself, partner. I mean, that's 8 points out of the last 10 coming inside.
And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. Here's Garnett. 12 points for him. Here's Bradley. And Boozer with the block. Here's Butler. And no good trying to get that one. And
Your
Celtics leading by 12. Bass and KG, the big ticket, patrol the inside. Avery Bradley is out there, Jordan Crawford, and it's Green in at the 3. It's the Boston foul.
Boy, that was right in his grip.
He dealt with pressure like it was nothing at all.
He had a lot of momentum behind him on his way up.
Kicks to Noah. Another pass it to Boozer. Right through the knee for the layup. Celtics shooting the ball with incredible accuracy. 68% so far. That's good.
And one more.
10 points for Jeff Green.
And guys, 10 of their last 12 points coming in the paint.
Yeah, I like their aggressiveness on offense, but the question is, where's the defense? They've got to put up some resistance here.
Zual Dang is checked in for the Bulls. Hamilton comes in for Marco Bellinelli. Dang dishes to Boozer. Here's Noah in for the dunk.
This is Kevin Harlan. Reached up high and brought it down hard.
Well, that's how you do the dunk. That's for darn sure.
And that's how you call it. Commentators.
You guys are crazy.
Here's Hamilton. But he stays with it. Second shot opportunity. Can't get it to fall.
They're really hurting with his performance here. He just hasn't played up to his standards so far.
Bass's shot. Good.
And that's the way it's been. A big margin for them in the rebounding category.
You know, sometimes you got to get down and dirty and do the dirty work. And this one, they've done it, and it's paid off on the scoreboard in a big way.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Melo checked in for Garnett. Williams comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Lee in for Jordan Crawford. And a change for the Bulls. Muhammad's checked in. Dang. And Muhammad kicks to Boozer. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Boozer's got 4 points in the quarter.
That's 4 of their last 5 buckets now coming in the paint area.
They're in attack mode right now, barreling in there with bad man intention. But they keep going right back to the paint. And who can blame them? I mean, they're getting it done in there.
Got 3 of their last 5 buckets, guys, have come from inside the lane area, so I'd expect them to continue to go inside right at the defense.
Williams kicks to Bradley, and he throws it down with one hand.
Man, offensive execution has been the story here, just playing beautiful basketball.
And guys, you can see it in their advantage in field goal percentage. I mean, you get high-quality shots, you're usually going to shoot well. They're playing outstanding basketball.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Here's Boozer. Goes back up. Dang, can't get it to go.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the deep ball.
And it has been total domination on their part.
Yeah, they haven't put the parking brake on at all. They're continuing to go full throttle and pile up the points.
A. Robinson is checked in for Chicago. In the foul on Avery Bradley. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, guys, you see all these great fans, and it reminds you that what sports are really all about is kind of a community spirit, pride in the community and the team itself. And, you know, whether you're watching the pros or the college ball or high school or just standing around the water cooler, sports and talking about sports can provide that common bond, a way to make friendships and overcome social barriers.
Robinson kicks to Boozer. It's stolen by Bradley. From downtown. Tries to keep it alive. Bulls trailed by 19. Here's Boozer. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Robinson's got his 8th assist in the game. Well, Steve, you make a great point about the universality of sports. Passionate sports fans from the humblest of settings. Right, Clark, you know this, to the White House. You had a chance to interview President Barack Obama during the NCAA tournament.
You know, it was actually my second time to be in the company of the president on the White House basketball court. And what a treat and pleasure that was to spend time with our president talking about a shared passion and bond with the game of basketball. I'm a blessed man to have been able to experience that not just once, but twice.
That's good.
Carving them up inside there, Kevin. I mean, the defense has been vulnerable in there.
Yeah, that's 3 straight field goals in the paint area. That's really good offense.
Dang. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Robinson's got assist number 9. Wow, what an effort here tonight. And Rip Hamilton gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Boston making some changes. Rain comes in for Terrence Williams. And it's Terry in for Avery Bradley. Then for the Bulls, Noah comes in for Muhammad. And it's Bellinelli in for Richard Hamilton. Noah with a screen for Robinson. There's the pass to Bellinelli. He passes it to Noah. Can't get it to go. Celtics leading by 20. Terry the pass to Garnett. Now the feed to Green. Out to Lee. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Well, something we've seen more and more being utilized by teams over the years is the corner three-pointer. It's the closest three-point attempt on the floor, and the stats don't lie. The corner three per attempt is actually the second most effective shot on the floor other than a layup.
King can't get it to go.
Right now, he's in a bit of a funk. I look for them to look at other options on offense.
And as teams use more and more advanced stats, we'll keep seeing those corner threes, I'm sure, Steve.
Yeah, and what we'll also see, and we've seen it the last few years, is defense is designed to deny that corner three, forcing players to shoot inside the arc, running players off the line, forcing them to shoot challenged two-point shots, which are lower percentage.
Bellinelli dishes to Dang. Good on the triple.
And guys, Deng has developed into a very good shooter, especially off spot ups or maybe one dribble pull-ups. He's got range, he's developed that out to the three-point line, but he really likes to go to that mid-range area. 1 or 2 dribbles into the paint, he'll rise up, shoot right over the top.
You know what I like about him most, Steve? Deng is a very well-balanced player. He does a lot of good things offensively, but he's just as good at the defensive end. He's a big key to his team's tough defense.
And Bellinelli kicks it to Noah. That's good.
You don't need much range to hit from that distance, Kevin.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Guys, what do you think?
Not sure why they're calling this timeout. The game is pretty much over.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Steve. Maybe they just want to bask in the win just a little longer, but I don't agree with it. Let's go. Get out of here.
That's a shot. Good.
And that one should remove all doubt about the outcome of this game. This thing's over.
Now it's just a matter of what the winning margin's going to be.
Here's Bellinelli. Tries again. That is good. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. How much to be critical of this win, Clark?
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
Thanks for joining us for this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time. But first, let's check out the Jordan Player of the Game.